Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Toonkind at 12 FPS. This one is Bitter Spirits. I am Wick, and I am joined by the lovely and wonderful
Tala Tala.
Hey.
And today the main characters of our FPS is one uh, Drift and Eerie, no last name given.
And, well, Pappy's in here somewhere. You just, well, you'll find him, probably. Um, so,
Uh,
where should we start this?
I'll
I guess it would
say,
be, yeah?
yeah, like somewhere, like let's set the scene real quick. Actually, it is currently um, your average day in Toontown. And the sun is starting to set. It's actually like almost all the way down now. It's starting to get late. And one particular bounty hunter is um currently looking for a place to spend the night. They've just finished up a hunt. Uh which was, to be honest, little more than just scaring a guy into a comically placed cage and then just calling the cops.
Good. It
You
do
know,
be like that sometimes.
something fun every once in a while. It's been a nice day for Drift, and um, but now they're left in a, I think, a bit less populated part of Toontown, which is Nik Nak. So um they're looking around, probably considering just finding a nice tree or something to hop up in and spend the night until they find. Oh, look at that! What a conveniently placed inn.
Conveniently might be stretching it. It's a little bit on the outskirts. Uh, you can actually see a river up ahead too. Um, but you notice the inn first. There are also one or two other buildings as well, but for now you're kind of just focused on finding a place to stay. So
Yeah, it probably why they were considering choosing a tree, since they were if they were at the edge of town.
surely there's a tree here, and it's just like nothing but grassy plain for a little bit. Like,
Ah,
uh,
god damn it.
well, there seem to be one or two trees, but hey, there's also an inn. How nice.
Well, it at least it means that some poor like gopher or something doesn't need to be kicked out of their burrow. So, uh, yeah, Drift will see this inn, and we'll go ahead and head on over. It looks like a decent enough establishment.
You see the you see you know what, actually, what are your roll perception?
Sure thing.
Let's see what you see.
I'll go ahead and roll for Eerie too. Why not?
Yay, puppy.
All right, and 11 for Drift and
Nice.
Eerie. Pull up her stats real quick. There we go.
Uh,
11 and a 5.
beautiful. Yeah, you I mean, as far as you can tell, there are three buildings. Uh, one of them is clearly marked as an inn, so you at least know that much. And it does seem to be open, or at the very least, you can see lights on in the place. So to assume that there are people in there, and there's possibly some room. Uh, uh, Also, there's a squirrel. That's about it.
Of course, the squirrel.
Eerie with a five. Ah, yes, you noticed squirrel, and that is it.
Luckily, Drift manages to grab Eerie before she can go chasing after the squirrel, and they will head on inside.
This inn, uh, it does have a a slightly worn but otherwise legible sign. It is the Sleepy Lion Inn, um, and you head up the steps and open the door. And I still have the maps for this. So,
Ooh.
all right, let me see if I can put it in here. I mean, not like we really need it, but just to help you visualize stuff, I guess.
Yeah, it's just for convenience sake.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute. So, front door is to the right and a little bit down. You'll see where it is. But you've
Okay.
got a bunch of different tables and chairs. It's the typical kind of. It actually looks a. Is a tavern both like an inn and a bar? I always forget that. I think
Kind of, I think.
I
I mean,
think
taverns
so.
is more like a bar, but you can probably get in like most fantasy settings. They also have a couple of rooms you can get.
All right. I mean, you you're pretty sure this is kind of like the common area, um, and you've got like a bar in the back as well as a couple rooms or a couple doors. You see, as well as a staircase to the right. Um, uh, I won't make you roll perception. There's really not much to see here. It's the typical setup, but there is someone that is kind of seated on the other side of the bar, and they are kind of leaning on top of it. Not like sitting on top of it, but they're leaning against it. Uh, Seems to be a rather large, like flesh lion. Yeah, you guess that's the maybe that's the owner. You're not really sure. They look asleep.
Well, Sleepy Lion Inn. Yeah, okay.
That checks out.
Uh, is okay. Are they the only person in there?
uh, it's a good question. I would I would say so. That's the only.
All right, all right. Then they will like pause within the door and like give the door frame a couple of loud knocks, like, "Hey, is place open?" Or
Um, hold on, I'm gonna make. Okay. Uh oh. All right, let me take a look because I'm gonna do a little con check for them. Um, let's see if that actually wakes them. Is the thing. Uh, 18. Uh, you don't see them like startle awake or anything. Uh, they lift their head, um, and their curls kind of fall on their face. They kind of gently move it out of the way, and they kind of just give a slow nod.
all right, sweet. How much for a room here?
They kind of stare at you for like a second, and then they point to a convenient little chalkboard, I guess, on the side wall, and that's where the rates are. I never established any rates, so that's just my out. Like you can see it on there. Don't worry about it.
we can we can just say that they are reasonable and average rates for the area.
Hooray! That
And
works.
yeah, Drift will uh, approach, get close to the counter, look at the chalkboard, nod, and rifle through their pockets real quick,
Hey.
and give it insert appropriate amount of coinage here to the lion. All right, room for one, just for the night. Well, technically two, but she doesn't
Yeah.
like bed.
Yeah, the lion looks a little confused looking between the two of you, and then they kind of just shrug. Uh, they uh, they kind of they bend down behind the bar, and they kind of you can hear kind of the jing jangling of keys. Um, you can roll a quick little perception. You're fun.
Sure thing.
5. All right. Uh, what you do
Does
notice is
Eerie do
they
better? No, she doesn't.
uh, both of you notice they have some what looks to be some kind of strange little pouch or backpack on their back, but no, that's about it. Seems to be like a pale yellowish. But otherwise, yeah, nothing of note. Um, but you hear kind of the jingling of keys, and they procure one. It's got like a little leather thing on the head of it, and they kind of hold it out to you.
All right. They will, assuming that's the room key, take it.
Hooray! Achievement unlocked. You got a room. They
Yeah, sweet. And oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead. It's okay.
Uh, yeah. Then with room now acquired, they will, give a polite tip of the hat to the tavern owner, they presume, and uh, tell Eerie to follow as they are going to uh, make an assumption and head for the stairs up.
And the plush lion will not stop you. In fact, as you go to head up the stairs, they kind of just slump back onto the onto the bar counter. You presume they're just going back to sleep.
Fair enough. Then they'll go ahead and check out their room real quick before they start thinking if they do want to grab food or anything.
Great. Um, do you want to roll an investigation?
Sure thing. Why not? Investigation is that.
Great,
Oh,
that makes sense.
18.
You kind of you kind of trudge up the stairs with Eerie by your side. You get to the top of the steps, and you're looking at your room key, and then you realize there's no number on it, and nobody told you which room is yours. Uh, Here's the second floor map.
Hmm.
Hooray!
Hmm. Well,
Hmm.
let's see. Drift has something to consider now. They just shrug and start trying every door one by one.
Yeah. Okay. Great. which which room do you want to start with?
And I'll say the one right in front of them, right by the stairs.
All right. You open that door. It was closed, but it was unlocked. So you open that, but it is empty. Um, yeah, I'm not going to make you roll perception on all of the rooms. That would be not fun. So instead, oh yeah, what's your passive?
Oh, passive is a 12, Eerie's is a 13.
Cool. All right, yeah, I'll just work with those. So instead of having you roll all the time. So yes, you look at this first room. It's rather plain. It's got uh, contrary uh, to the little map, it's got one bed, not two. Uh, they just came with a lot of beds. I don't know why, but um, there is a bed in the corner. There is a bookcase to the right. Uh, it is plain, but it does seem like maybe things were being moved out because there are actually a couple boxes in here. Um, you don't know if someone's moving things out or moving things in. Seems to be kind of a work in progress.
Hmm. Okay, well, seeing as it seems to be like a work in progress, they'll make an educated guess that it's probably not a currently available room. So they'll leave and try the next one.
Cool. I didn't mean for it to be this way. We're going to be here a while. But this will be a nice blast from the past. All right, you open this next room. You are. Um, can both Drift and Eerie make a con save? Uh,
Con save. Delightful.
and actually, let's put Eerie at disadvantage.
At disadvantage. I
Yes.
see. What's your con again? There it is.
Don't worry, no one's gonna get hurt. This is just for funsies. Okay,
11
15
for
and an
Eerie.
11. Um, when you open the door, you're both assailed by like, do you know that one like perfume smell that just hits you? It's just this extremely pungent floral kind of scent. Um, but you guess you're kind of used to being in, I guess, those kinds of. It's sometimes you just got to put up with stuff that's in the environment. So
Yeah, they've dealt with bad smells before. You know, it comes with the job.
this isn't the worst. But damn, did it kind of hit you? Doesn't help that the room is uh, almost the complete opposite of the previous room. There are pretty much colors everywhere. Um, there are a couple racks to the right that are full of clothes. There's actually some that are draped on the bed as well. There seems to be a kind of a nightstand to the back, a closet to the right, which is also almost filled to bursting with fabric, different kinds. There's kind of a rug on the ground. It's fuzzy. It seems like it'd be nice to kind of step on. I don't know, but yeah, there's that room.
Hmm. They will take a moment to give into the temptation to just rub their feet on the rug before
Um,
they leave.
it is soft.
Is
It is nice
clearly
and soft.
no one locks the room doors in this inn. Jeez.
Actually, you can make one perception check if you'd like, either perception or investigation.
Sure, perception. Oh,
You
the
only notice that
smell.
rug. That very nice soft rug. Um, but yeah, both of you could take a little moment stepping on the rug. It's nice. But otherwise, nothing of note here. Uh, you leave the room. So you can see that there's another room, but then there's also one that's down the hall right in front of you. So you get your pick.
uh, they'll go with the room closest first.
All right, so that's the next room. Uh, you open the door. This one is also unlocked, but when you get in there, uh, it seems to be a bit of a mess. But see, the previous room was at least maybe an organized mess. This one is a literal mess. There still seems to be chunks of wood and shrapnel around. Something probably went down in here. Um, but as for the rest of the room, there seem to be a lot of pinks and purples. Uh, there's also like another bookcase and chair to the right of the room. Uh, and to the left, there is another closet, but things have been opened, uh, clothes have been thrown to the ground. This whole place is a mess, and you're not sure why.
Hmm. Interesting. They are leaving. This is probably also not a room available uh, for purchase.
Interesting. They're leaving.
Anyways, yeah, now they'll try that a room down the hall.
um, so I'll save you the trouble. As you go down the hall, actually, no, I won't. As you go down the hall, you look to the right, you see another two doors in the short hallway that's there. Um, I'll save you only part of the trouble. One of the rooms is slightly ajar. Well, not slightly. It's pretty much almost open. You can see that that's a bathroom, but there's also a
Yeah, I
door
guess.
next to it. So you've got your pick.
Uh, yeah, they'll go ahead with the room they're currently heading for, and they'll probably go for the one by the bathroom next if this one turns out to not be the right room as well.
All right. So you head for this room. You try the door. It is locked.
Okay, does the key work on it?
You try the key. It does not work.
All
But
right, got it.
hold on, I do want to roll one thing. I just remembered. Okay. Let me just do a little check there. Man. Uh, yeah. All right. So you're gonna go to the next door.
Yeah, they're gonna go ahead and check out the one by the bathroom.
Hmm. As you turn to go to the next door, you swear you hear something or someone move in the room that you just tried, but uh, seems to be fine.
I mean, yeah, it makes sense.
But you head for the next room. Uh, you try the door. It's open. Um, you step in, and immediately you see two tunes that are sitting on beds that are adjacent to one another. They seem to be invested in some kind of card game,
Hmm.
just a regular standard deck of cards. They both look up and turn towards you. Their heads, I mean.
Oh, sorry, wrong room. And they will
Uh,
close the door and leave.
I will say for reference, these are the fencers, because they're both in fencing outfits. One of them gives you a wave as you close the door.
Well, then they'll head on down the hall. Next room.
Hooray! It's the freaking next room. I almost remember who everyone's room is. All right, neat. You go to the next room. Um, the door is unlocked. You you open it, and this almost seems like less of a room and more of like a workout, like gym-esque thing. And you do see someone currently lifting weights in the bottom left corner of the room. Um, seems like a rather tall and muscular tune. Uh, they're just pumping iron. They actually, I wonder if they notice you. Let me see. Are you gonna notice? What is your passive anyway? I mean, you did just open the door, but they're also maybe in the zone. I don't know.
Yeah,
We're
who
gonna find
knows?
out. No, I guess because they're facing the door. Um, um, wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy, talking to the audience? Anyways, you, um, this man notices you. He goes, "Oh, hi, hello.
Oh, wrong room. They will close the door and leave.
Wait." You close the door. I'm gonna roll a d2. Okay. Um, so you close the door and you move on to the next room. So there was a room to your left, and there's also a room ahead. Which one would you like to check out?
uh, let's check out the room to their left real quick.
Okay. So you try the door to that. It is locked.
All right. Does the key work on it?
Uh, you try the key. It doesn't seem to work. Uh, and as you do so, you hear the other door open behind you, and the muscular guy has come out, and he goes, "Do you need help finding anything?"
Nah, I'm good. They are
That's
now moving on to the next room.
oh, if you're staying here, that's Pappy's room. You probably don't want to go in there.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll them history real quick to see if they recognize the name.
Because of course Terry is just like this.
They
3.
don't. They're they've gotten into the rhythm of checking room, nope, wrong room, checking room,
I feel
nope,
like they're
wrong
gonna
room. They
recall
don't
it
listen.
like when they by the time they get to their room. They'll be like, wait a damn minute.
But otherwise, they nod, and we'll skip that room and move on to the next.
Nice. Uh, I mean, damn, Terry's persistent. All right, so you turn the corner and you go to the next room. Um, as you do so, this muscular man is following you, not in like a threatening way, or at least as far as you know, probably not. Uh, they follow and go, "Oh, that's Gilby's room. I think the next 2 rooms are open."
All right, sweet. Thanks, Ben. And they will go for the next room.
Ah, um, ooh, you can roll perception though, if you'd like, before you get to the next room.
Sure thing. A
14.
14.
Oh, as you pass by the room that you were going to try, you notice these strange holes that are in the kind of in the wall. They're kind of around the frame of the around the door frame. And I mean, you're a bounty hunter, so you can make a couple guesses as to what that means. You have a feeling maybe that room was boarded up before. Not sure why though.
Hmm.
Anyway, all right, you get to the next room. uh, this one is locked.
Does the key work on it?
The key works on it. Hooray!
Hooray! The right fucking room.
It only took you trying almost all of the room. And I didn't do that on purpose. That's just how it's structured. um, yes, hooray! You have found your room, and now you can
Fine.
relax. Probably.
Probably. Drift is just gonna usher Eerie in, step in, close the door, and check out the room, see if it's suitable.
It
They're
seems
the
suitable.
bounty hunter. They've made a couple of enemies. It's better safe than sorry to check for dangers.
Ah, I see. There seems to be a small desk and chair to the right. There are actually two beds in this room. One against the left wall, one against the right. There's kind of like a window in between the two with a little nightstand. Um, and then there's like a small closet in front of the left bed. It's rather, um, it's not like totally empty. It just seems kind of plain. It's got, um, it's kind of got like these light blue sheets on the bed. In the nightstand, there seem to be like maybe like a I don't know, man. My brain is short circuiting. It's got miscellaneous stuffs in case you forgot something. Um, if you look under the beds, they seem empty. There's nothing on the floor there. Uh, you pop open the closet, it's relatively empty. There seems to be one or two like uh, bathrobes, I guess. That's about it though. Maybe a couple spare towels too. But
All
yeah,
right. All right. Yeah, that works for Drift. This is a decent room.
hooray!
So, uh, yeah, they'll go ahead and just flop backwards onto the bed real quick to, appreciate the indul today's indulgence in an actual bed.
Oh,
Uh, for after like a couple of minutes, they sit back up, uh, look down at Eerie and ask, "All right, so dinner or no dinner tonight?" At which point, she wags her tail and Drift nods. All right, dinner. Let's see what this place has. Because,
um,
like, they don't actually need to eat.
oh,
They
I
just
hope
do it
Eerie.
for fun. The two of them just do it for fun.
Yeah, the two of them just eat for fun. Yeah, I wish that were me. Imagine we just eat for fun.
I wish.
Yeah.
But, yeah, once they're done checking out the room, they'll leave and head downstairs to see if there's anything to order.
Um, Actually, as you head to open your door, it's almost convenient that you hear the ringing of a bell somewhere from downstairs, um, and you hear kind of a slightly older feminine voice go, "It's dinner time, everyone."
Hmm.
And you kind of hear one or two doors open and the shuffling of footsteps to go down the stairs.
Well, I mean, I guess some places do have like designated dinner and breakfast times for guests staying at the inn. So, yeah, Rift doesn't see this as being too out of the ordinary. So they will leave the room and see the fuss.
Um, so you head on down the hall. Uh, turn. You actually see the muscular man heading down the stairs. He doesn't notice you, as he's just going down the stairs. Uh, I guess you could follow. But as you make your way down, um, you see that there are actually more people here than you realized. You see the two fencers from earlier, kind of carrying a couple plates and silverware sets, uh, and then you see the muscular man and another tune who kind of looks like a cowboy esque character. They're moving tables to set them together. Um, and then the front door to the place opens, and you you see another two tunes kind of walk in. One of them kind of just looks like a pirate, uh, and the other one looks rather fashionable with a feather boa and a red dress, and the the lion that was at the bar is still over there. Uh, they're just snoozing, but it looks like everyone else is making ready for dinner.
Hmm. Well, all right then. I think Drift sort of like hangs back, just hanging out in whatever shadows available to watch the proceedings. Is, these people, they seem like they've got a schedule down and everything. So they'll just wait and see where they can quietly slip in to grab some food.
Yeah, the other tunes that come in kind of jump in to help a little. Well, the pirate does. The other lady wanders over to the lion and pokes them.
I'm actually gonna go ahead and like roll a stealth real quick for Drift.
Okay, 18.
All right. I guess anyone whose passive is is equal or higher to that
Let me
can.
check.
Uh,
Which I don't think so, but let me check. That's not the one I wanted to click. What's your passive? What's your pat? Wait, you're not over there. What's your passive? Close, but not quite. Uh, me, your passive is abysmal. Uh, damn it! None of these members can see. Okay, that one's fine. What about you? Uh, yeah, apparently. Yeah, apparently nobody really pays you much mind. I mean, the place is relatively bright, so there's no real shadow to kind of sink into. But honestly, everyone's so involved in moving things around and making sure the table is set uh, that they don't really notice you. Um,
And even on a good day, Drift can be hard to spot.
um, However, would you would you like to roll a perception?
Sure thing.
Um, and if you're rolling for Eerie, you can roll at advantage for Eerie at least.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that for Eerie. Oof.
All right, it's actually this works out. Um, so there's you're kind of just staring at everybody, and there's kind of we're kind of focused on Drift and Eerie, and then like you pan out just a little bit, and you don't notice at first, neither of you do, but the audience notices that there's a rather animate rug sniffing question mark at you. They seem very dog like. This is definitely a rug. Um, they they're kind of walking around on their castles. Um, you only notice them when they kind of nudge at you.
All right. Drift will look down, uh, realize that is not was not Eerie as I first thought, but instead an animated rug. And
Oh, ear. Oh.
yeah, they pause for a second and stare,
uh,
but like they seem friendly enough. I guess they'll reach down and give like a small pat.
oh. Uh, they are not as plush as the rug that was upstairs, but they do seem still like a little fuzzy, a little, just a little bit soft. But you could see the other little tassels kind of like wiggling about. You have a feeling that they are okay with the pets here. In fact, they kind of just, as if the front of them is like a head, they kind of push into the pat, like, yes, good. Attention. But as you are petting this rug, you you kind of notice somebody approach. It seems to be the cowboy-esque tune go tussle, and they don't seem to notice at first. Then they kind of make a very small but short whistle, which they kind of stop and they're at attention, like, oh, oh, um, and they seem a little sad to to move away from the pets, but they uh, kind of skitter back over to this cowboy who is just kind of watching you warily. Though you can't really see their eyes or anything. That's just their style. Um,
Well, all right. Drift will watch back.
uh, do you want to roll like a history?
Sure thing. Why not? Oh,
Oh, nice. I'm gonna also roll a history. And I was gonna say an advantage, but that's pretty good. God damn it. You stupid uh, this tune, you know, eventually just kind of gives a curt nod and kind of kind of picks up the rug by letting it hang over their arm. they kind of they try to wriggle up. You notice that they actually have like a poncho draped around them, or so you thought. You notice that the ribbing on it also moves. Is that a second rug?
lots of sentient objects in this place. But yeah, Drift will return the nod.
um, of course, they have no idea who the hell you are, but you recognize this person. Maybe not by name, but um, you've seen them once or twice. Um, you recognize that they're a fellow bounty hunter. Um, Maybe it was on like a stint or two uh, that you had crossed paths, but you're not sure that you've ever spoken to them or them to you. You just kind of know that
Yeah,
they're in the same line of business.
Drift like at least keep up to date, you know, with the news in the area regarding uh, this sort of stuff.
Hmm. But man, how old's Drift again?
Um,
That was years ago, huh?
mentally 16, physically question mark.
That doesn't fill me with fear. Anyway, cool. All right. So actually, I don't think that part would be relevant. So, um, but yeah, you do recognize them somehow. but it looks like almost everything is set. Um, you actually see the door. There's actually a door next to the bar that's been swinging in and out, and some food has been brought out by the lion and a couple of the fencers, um, the two fencers, and they have now finished setting the table. Everyone is taking their seats. Go find one, I guess.
Yeah, all right. Drift will go ahead and snag the nearest one.
Cool. You've chosen the seat that's pretty much all the way to the right, right before the head of the table, which is currently vacant. Um, and to the left of you is, oh no, what the heck is to the left of you? There are so many people. Why do I make so many characters? Um,
The
how many
DM's
people do I have?
curse.
Curse. Well, that's what happens when one of the initial games you run has like cast of at least like 10 people all in a troop. Uh, I don't know. All right, yeah, the cowboy looking one. Why not? It's the one that you were looking at, or they were looking at you. Um, you
Hmm.
they don't really talk to you or anything. But you do notice that their little the rug that's around their shoulders kind of makes a curious little poke with their tassels too. Uh, um, but uh, it's only now that people are starting to notice. Oh, hey, there's another person at the table. The muscular man gives a friendly wave, um, as does the pirate with their hook hand. They just kind of give a little hello, you know. Um,
Yeah,
even the go ahead.
Drift will return the wave.
Yeah, most people at the table give you a little wave. Um, but save for one or two that are talking, between each other. Um, and you kind of get this nice, together, friendly vibe out of everyone. Um, but you do notice that there are two seats that are empty. One that's across from you, and one that's at the head of the table. Um, and as the chatter kind of dies down, you kind of get the sense of waiting, confusion, um, and now people are muttering like, "Ah, yeah, where's so and so?" And
Hmm. I think by this point, Drift like taking a look at the food and he grabbed a cup. Uh, it's probably like already starting to fill their plate.
uh, um, the cowboy kind of notices you but doesn't say anything. Um, you notice that no one else has served their food yet, um, but no one makes a move to stop you. Uh,
Hmm, all right. They will keep on doing this then. And of course, giving the occasional piece of meat to Eerie, who is sitting uh, like beneath the table, right beside Drift's chair.
and you probably finished serving your food, and you go to take a bite, um, and then a door in the back slams open. Everyone kind of jumps for a moment, and you see two figures come out from whatever room that is. They seem to have climbed up maybe a step or two, so you have a feeling maybe it's some sort of basement. Um, and I'd like to say you recognize one of the people. Uh, Um, yeah, that's Pappy. Uh, but he is followed by a slightly taller figure. You notice that almost everybody, like everyone at the table, were tunes, but these two seem to be real kind. You already knew that about Pappy, but the other one, um, he is tall, broad-shouldered, and is wearing a golden mask. Um, the two of them approach the table. I'm gonna roll perception to see if Pappy notices you're here because he might be a little focused on other things.
And I'm gonna be honest, if he doesn't notice, he will very soon when Drift realizes that they know who he is. Can I say what happens?
um, so he takes a couple of steps. You notice that he's actually not walking with his cane; he's just holding it. Um, you can see though, even though the man behind him is taller and is kind of it seems more imposing. He kind of just moves over to the side and very quickly uh, sits down across from you with not so much as another word. But as Pappy reaches his chair at the head of the table, uh, he kind of quickly scans the everyone's faces and then lands on you. He
which
pauses
has
for a moment.
which already has like the biggest grin on it. As Drift is like leaning their chair back to get a better look at him. Well, long time no see, Pappy.
Everyone's eyes are now on you. And uh, as Pappy was making his approach to the table, um, he had this rather intense look on his face. It's a mixture of some kind of scowl or frown. Um, but when he notices you, he kind of takes a short breath and puts on a smile and goes, "Oh, hi. I didn't know that you were going to be here today. You here at the table in this inn."
Yeah, crazy that, huh? It's a small world out there.
And getting smaller. And he pulls his chair out. All right, everyone. Um, we can. Sorry for the wait. I had a couple things to discuss. You can tell that we've been making a couple renovations in the theater, and well, with the Baron back, we could soon resume our performances. And he still has that slightly strained smile on his face, but everyone just kind of quietly nods, like, "All right, yeah, cool." Um, and then he kind of claps his hands. Okay, I think we could start eating. Um, but in case anyone was curious about our new guest, he kind of gestures to Drift. Um, this is Drift. We have met previously. Uh, how long are you staying?
Oh, just the night. Work calls.
Oh, yes. And he just kind of gives a nod. The type that that if you were a tune, you could hear it just like creaking up and down.
Drift can Drift can practically hear the tension, and they have a fucking shit-eating grin.
But I will say one of the people at the table. Uh,
Oh, hold on.
oh, oh, we are holding on. tension grows.
All right, sorry about that. Anyways,
No
where were
worries.
we?
It's okay. Um, you notice the um the pirate tune tried to uh cut the tension here. Oh, I didn't know you two knew each other. Um, it's nice to meet you. Drift, was it?
Yep.
Well, uh, I suppose introductions are in order then. Uh, I'm Kiki. Uh, you can also call me that or Keegan. Keegan works well. Um, and he kind of just starts uh, gesturing to people around the table. Um, this one's Terry, and gesturing to the muscular man. Uh, and that's this is Riley, and the woman in the red dress cuts in with Amaryllis. Yes, right. Um, and gestures to the two fencers. That's this is Gary and Perry. You're not sure which one's which. And but about halfway through, uh, Pappy just kind of cuts in with, um, I I think we're good. We don't want to overwhelm overwhelm our our visitor. Um,
Oh, come
I think
on, Pappy. I enjoy meeting new people. I don't mind.
we again. There's a slightly tense silence. Kiki kind of just looks from Drift to Pappy to the person who's going to introduce, and you can tell that there's a decision to be made here. Um, but Kiki keeps on going, a little reluctantly. Um, and I'll say though, I'm a little tired, so he kind of
Yeah, I
continues.
don't.
He finishes the
Yeah, you don't
intros.
need to
You do
actually do the
notice,
intro.
you do know that the cowboy tune next to you is named Emmer, and you do vaguely recognize that name. And yes, you know for sure that this guy's a bounty hunter, just like you. But
Hmm.
he doesn't. Kiki doesn't say beyond names what everyone does or anything. So you're just gonna have to figure that one out, maybe. But Pappy sits down quickly and goes, "All right, chow time," and and everyone rather quietly kind of just start getting their food. You've already done so, so you don't have to do that.
Yeah, there's just a small little laugh beneath Drift's breath, but they will get back to their food.
Um, and even though you have kind of the hustle and bustle of people uh, serving their food, moving plates around for other people uh, to get their own portions, there still seems to be this terrible tension in the air. It's except for the clattering of plates and cutlery, it's quiet. It wasn't like before. Um, and as soon as everyone is served their meal, everyone starts quietly eating.
Hmm. Let me just roll something real quick for Drift. How much do they feel like causing trouble tonight?
That's a great question. Can't wait to see the answer. Ducky.
Yep, there he goes.
The pupper. 7.
They that was for impulse control.
Uh-oh.
Well, oh boy, they're really barking up a storm. Okay. Yeah.
The dog's sensing the freaking. Oh, we be in a trouble, boys.
So, yeah, while Drift's eating, they just sort of lean their chair back a little and look to Pappy and ask, "So, what was that about a performance? You an actor?"
Um, the Pappy slows in his chewing, uh, and then uh, kind of swallows quickly. Uh, yes, we're all part of a a performing group. We are a troupe, and he actually almost looks at everyone else for confirmation, like, yeah, we're all in this together, and everyone kind of nods, more or less.
All right. And, Drift will nod, looking around the table. Yeah, they could see these being performers until their gaze stops on, yeah, let's say their gaze stops on Emmer. And this fellow, he the bounty hunter you told me about? The other one you knew?
um, you see one or two people kind of flinch uh, alongside Pappy, who goes, "Ah, yeah, yeah, Emma, you're still doing that, aren't you?" And he still has a smile, but it seems a little more forced. To which Emma goes, actually, Emma doesn't even say anything. They just kind of nod.
Hmm. Well, that's awfully cool. It's always nice to meet other people in the field.
Um, the Emmer has pretty much worn kind of a thin line for a mouth here the whole time, but uh, they kind of turn to look at you, and you could see just a very small smile. It seems to be like a little polite. It's not forced. I guess it's more of a slight smirk, but like in agreement. Like, yeah, that's kind of neat. Uh,
Hmm.
but, but nothing more is said.
Hmm. All right. I think. Well, let's see real quick. Yeah. Okay. Drift. Uh, that's actually Drift probably like goes back to their food for a bit before turning into Emmer and asking. So, if you don't mind me asking, what, what kind of hunts you been on?
I'm sorry. Me laughing, the character. um, uh, you notice though as you ask this question that almost everyone now is looking at Emmer, who just uh, kind of just thickly swallows and goes, "Haven't been on money in a while. Work's a little sparse."
Ah, fair enough. I can't imagine it's easy to pick up regular work again while you're, performing in a troupe either.
Emmer doesn't say anything in response, but everyone kind of just looks around at each other like, huh. um,
You got any fun stories though? A tale for a tale? How does that sound?
and again, there's a beat of silence. Um, but Emma kind of just makes this gesture like you go first. Sure, like all right.
Hmm. Well, all right. Let's see. Oh, actually, fun one. Just this morning, actually. Um, hold on. I need a moment to ad lib this real quick.
Yeah, me trying to figure out what the hell happened.
uh,
As you're thinking of something or how to phrase it, um, I will say Kiki is kind of leaning in a little, uh, intent to listen. You have a feeling he likes stories, probably. Um, uh, Terry looks a little curious, but maybe that's just how he is. The Amaryllis uh, pretends to not be listening as she sips on her drink, but you could tell that she's listening in. These guys sure are a curious bunch.
all right. So there was this fella this morning. Uh, his name was something stupid like Aaron. And uh, apparently he had a bounty on his head for uh uh that was funnily enough secretly set by a couple of officers over in Toontown. Because from my understanding, this fella had been uh let's see. He has occasionally been breaking into the station to steal, I don't know, something, confidential information, maybe. The details weren't super clear. Uh,
As they usually
and,
aren't.
a couple of other personal stuff he did to some of the officers in the past. But that's besides the point. Uh, uh, this this fellow, I ended up running into him actually over on Cherry Street, where uh, apparently he's also I don't know, a mime in his free time. I guess his performance was kind of shit, but hey, uh, you, I guess you gotta set aside some time to do what you love, even if you're bad at it.
uh, you notice Amaryllis nearly chokes on her drink. Um, you could see a couple of people have tensed up a little, but they're fine. You're not sure what had caused that. Anyway,
Hmm,
go on.
funny. Anyways, so yeah, I ended up watching his performance for a bit because it was honestly just so awful. It was entertaining. And I didn't recognize him at first from the posters because, again, all that mime makeup. But when I did, when I did, I realized I could have a little fun with that whole situation. So I, I told him, "Hey, what a nice performance you've got there. Do you God, sorry, the dog is barking so
It's
much.
okay. It's good ambiance.
I probably played in. I probably should have played like somewhere a little more with like insulated from the sound.
Oh, it's okay. It happens, you know.
But yeah, well. So, yeah, I approached him, told him, "Hey, what a nice performance you got there. Do you mind performing at my birthday party later today?
Oh my fucking god.
I can offer you, let's see, I don't know, maybe 20 gold an hour." And he agreed. I gave him an address, and that was that until a couple hours later.
You can tell almost everyone has tensed up. At first, you mistook it for them paying clear attention, but instead, it kind of just this pervasive sense of unease. Um, but keep going.
Uh, so so later that day, uh, he thankfully did turn up at the address I gave him. It was a bit of a gamble. I didn't technically really need the money from the hunt, but I figured it would be a fun little thing to spend the day on because I had prepared that little spot of land in the park for, the fun. And and I because I don't I I did not have a full story prepared. Very minor details and shit. So I'm just gonna say Drift continues to, tell this story that gets really quite morbid as they just tricking the man into like pretending to mime that he is trapped in a cage until he realizes, wait, why the fuck are an actual cage here? Which was what Drift had been preparing. They figured they got this really cool invisible paint on discount like 2 weeks ago, and they never had to choose it, so might as well try it now.
That's amazing.
At which point, um, the guy realizes he is trapped. That Drift is in fact a not a kid wanting entertainment for their birthday party, but a bounty hunter, and uh, that Eerie, the dog, they're originally quite a friendly looking dog, is in the cage with him.
Oh,
So, um, during this, what was initially like quite a toony shenanigan, run of the mill stuff for Toontown, um, Drift adds the fun little fact that while they were calling the cops to pick up their guy, Drift was fucking mauling him.
Eerie was mauling him?
Wait, my God, Eerie. I
Holy
get their names
shit.
mixed up. But I mean, I guess Drift by association, since he's
I knew what you meant though.
sicker on him.
By now, everyone is wearing like a grimace. Um,
You know how it is. Eerie, she's a hunting dog. She needs a bit of action every once in a while, and it's been a other than that, it's been a quiet week. Figured I might as well give her a treat.
You hear Pappy just take a deep breath and then stand up from the table. That was a wonderful story. But I think now everyone's done dinner. Yeah. And everyone just kind of nods quickly. Uh, um, and you can see a couple of the people immediately get up from their chairs. A couple others, like Terry and the fencers, kind of look around for a moment and then, follow suit.
Yeah, all right. Drift will shrug and go, yeah, fair enough. I'm feeling pretty. I think I'm pretty much done here as well. They say while sliding what few leftovers are still on their plate to Eerie.
Oh, um, everyone kind of starts cleaning up. You notice that the energy is only slightly short of frantic. Uh, yeah. You want to roll another perception?
Sure thing. And I'll go ahead and roll for Eerie too. Might as well. A 5 from Drift. A 14
14.
from Eerie.
Ooh. Okay. So, uh, you guess, I guess Drift is kind of content with, their storytelling. Like, yeah, and now
They're
we can go
happy with the
rest.
atmosphere they formed.
They are very comfortable with the energy that they've created in the studio today. but um, but it, it would have gone unnoticed that that one or two people have already disappeared from the area, if not for Eerie kind of nudging at you. Um, you notice that uh, the masked man, who you know as the Baron or the Gilded Baron, has quickly made his way upstairs, while Pappy has quickly made his way back into that other room going downstairs.
Hmm. All right. Fair enough. Um, Drift will probably stick around for the cleaning, to help out.
Uh, Terry gives a nice grin. Uh, he's just a friendly guy. Me just getting feelings for all my characters again. Um, uh, and a couple people seem appreciative for the help, like Kiki um, and the the plush lion as well, who's been helping. Um, you during the cleanup, uh, you gather their name is Ruffles, so that's neat. Got another name to add to the list. But oh, do you carry anything into the kitchen?
um, yeah, probably. They got like a small stack of plates for uh delivering to the sink.
Uh, yeah, it's a nice wash basin there. A regular sink. You kind of see cabinets line the walls, countertops. There's like a small pantry on the side, a little island, one or two chairs there as well. Um, and otherwise, it's a typical kitchen. I just wanted to describe it for fun. But yeah, soon everything is cleared up, and surprisingly, when you kind of come back out, most people are either headed out or headed back to their rooms.
Hmm. Right. Uh, I think before Drift leaves, they're going to head back to the bar. Uh, is there like a drinks menu or something?
Ooh. Uh, yes. So like So you have the bar counter, then you have the shelves that have on the wall that have the drinks or like the whole setup. Um, I think above that they've got like one or two signs that have the drinks on there.
All right. And they'll probably like ask Ruffles real quick for I don't know, a can of beer. Why not? Something, just something simple to wash down dinner with.
um, Ruffles looks you up and down, um, and then uh, kind of kind of points to a to an adjacent sign that says "must be 21 or older to drink."
Drift squints at that. Ruffles can see the mental math going on in their head. Uh, Hold on. How certain are they of their age? Right, real quick, actually. Uh,
Uh-oh.
I know I'm over. I know I'm over 25. If that's anything.
um, should Ruffles roll anything to
An insight, maybe.
I guess. All right, let me see. What's your insight? Okay, that's not bad. I actually thought it was gonna be worse. Let's find out. How much do you know? 21. Oh shit. um Ruffles
Y-
nods, but then slows their nod and kind of squints a little.
Drift says like, I'm pretty sure I'm over 25 with like a question mark at the end.
Now
Uh,
their squint
they're
is less skeptical and more puzzled.
like they the Ruffles can tell that Drift's confusion is like quite genuine. They're pretty sure they're over 25 physically, technically, maybe. They don't know.
um, I wonder. All right, let me flip a coin. All right, interesting. Um, they still have that puzzled look, but they actually gesture to the beer menu, or rather, the current selection on tap that they have.
All right, sweet. They'll I don't know, go with one of the cheaper options.
All right, they nod. Um, so what happens is they take out like they actually take out one or two glasses. Well, not glasses. Um, so they take out the typical beer mug and they kind of pour some from the tap there. But then they also get out a small glass, not a shot glass, just a regular glass, and they fill it maybe about a third, maybe closer to a half, but it's relatively small. Um, they they actually place the glass in front of Drift, um, and they go, "You aren't you aren't 21, but you can have a small amount." And they actually take a swig out of their beer mug.
Man, just rubbing salt into the wound with that one, eh? Yeah, fair enough. And they will pay proportionally for their smaller cup of beer.
Yeah, they debated whether or not it's like, should I give this kid a drink? And then they're like, well, they don't seem sure. And Well, I'm here to, you know, watch over them. They'll be okay. So, um, yeah, they take the coin, and they're fine with the proportional amount. They weren't going to charge you full price anyway. So, um, so now the two of you are kind of just sitting, chilling, drinking a little beer.
I
Um,
think actually I think Drift probably like once they have their cup, they'll like give another polite tip of the hat. And were there like chairs on the porch?
oh, on the porch, like outside?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Then they're gonna just head on out to drink there.
But Ruffles clears their throat, uh, just kind of to address you. Stay in the area.
Relax. I'm not gonna go off with your
Go off with your what?
I'm not gonna steal your cup.
When you take a look at them, you realize that that's not what they're concerned about. Man, imagine this lying being more responsible than Pappy when it comes to underage drinking. Anyway, but but they allow you outside though. You know, they're not making a move to stop you.
All right, sweet. Yeah, they're going to go ahead and take a seat. Eerie is like curled up at their feet, just enjoying the gradually darkening night sky. Uh, drink in one hand, probably at this point, a cigarette in the other.
um,
And they are
um,
going to chill.
nice. As you kind of settle in, that's when you notice there's another person here on the porch. Um, it's Emmer from before, who's kind of sitting opposite you, not very close, but like I'm assuming you're sitting to like the left or the right of the front door. They're kind of sitting on
Mhm.
the opposite side of the door.
Yeah, okay.
They kind of look over at you. They don't really say much. They take a swig from a canteen. Who knows what's in that? But they wait a moment or two before asking, "Got any more of those?" And you assume they're talking about the cigarettes.
Yeah, that makes sense. And uh, they nod, reach into their hammer space real quick, and will toss Emmer a cigarette and their lighter.
Nice. You know, you got to see him uh, light up and toss the lighter back to you.
Sweet. They will pocket that again and then go back to chilling.
Uh, Emmer just mutters a thanks and doesn't say anything more. Uh, the two of you kind of just watching the darkening sky, the reeds kind of rustling out there in the fields, the river kind of just uh, burbling as it does. It's peaceful, and it's actually way less tense than it was inside previously.
Yeah, Drift likes causing problems on purpose, but this sort of environment is not really a problems needed situation. So, yeah, um, as the sky gets darker and the night gets later, Drift is staying out there for a little while.
Walmer kind of takes another puff, blows out some smoke, and takes a short breath. All right. They kind of get up and stretch. I think I'm going to turn in for the night. But they kind of stop and give you a look. Just don't pull that shit again. He's Pappy's been a bit not himself. It sucks. Thanks for trying to lighten the mood though.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine. That whole situation was whew, a bit
A
of a
nightmare.
mess. Hmm.
Yeah, he's been all up in whatever the hell he's doing. He went out in town to do some job, help out some warehouse. Came back. He's been a real asshole.
Hmm. Oh, wait. Did he never tell you this, what actually happened there?
He kind of pauses. No, but I've been kind of listening in every once in a while. Been doing weird shit in the basement again.
Hmm. Fair enough, I
So,
guess. That thing did end really weirdly, even by my standards.
mm. I just wish he'd quit it, making everybody else jumpy.
Well, why don't you confront him about it? Well, chances are he ain't gonna stop unless you tell him.
Yeah, mm, not really my thing. Additionally, someone already tried that. That hasn't gone over well.
Hmm. Hey, fair enough. You have a nice night then. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Good too, kid. Um, he's gonna head inside.
Hmm. And God, that dog. Anyways,
Doggy.
I don't know, maybe they saw a squirrel outside.
Maybe. Work, work.
Okay, anyways, so once that conversation is done, hold on a second. I'm needed.
Oh, okay. As Tala is away, um, I'll just describe that finally night has set in. The stars are starting to come out and twinkle. The moon is uh, kind of hangs low, but not too much. It's just uh, come out for the night. You hear the crickets chirping, and the air grow just a slight bit colder. Um,
All right, back.
hey, welcome back. I just did a little bit of ad-libbing environmental shit.
Right,
Anyways.
fun.
All right, Drift, what are you gonna do?
Oh, right. Right. So I think Drift stays outside for like another, and uh, I don't know, another 30 minutes. Long enough to finish off uh, their last cigarette for the night and to vibe a little bit more before they also get up from their chair and stretch and we'll head back inside with Eerie.
Neat. Uh, Most of the lights now have been turned off. Um, and I mean, they're definitely different from before. It's much quieter. You can only hear maybe the slight creaking of the inn itself. Um, there's actually no one at the bar now, but you noticed that the, I guess the kind of the shelving setup for the bar, it's kind of got like two sliding doors that can close and lock, so nobody has too late of a drink. Um, but otherwise, Ruffles isn't here. Nobody else is here. It's empty.
Hmm. All right. Seeing this, I think Drift will just go ahead and head on up to their room.
All right. You approach the stairs. You want to make a perception?
Sure thing. And then one for Eerie, of course.
And you can roll for drift again.
Oh, for Drift again?
Yes. 13.
13.
Uh, as you approach the stairs, you thought you heard something. Probably not, but as you take one or two steps, yeah, no, that's a low muttering voice, maybe? You're not quite sure. Um, it seems to be coming from one of the rooms down here.
Hmm. Well, curiosity killed the cat, but Drift's already dead. They're going to check it out.
Just sorry. That's good. We're gonna unpack that later. Uh, um, cool. You head over to where you think you hear it. It seems to be that door from earlier, not the kitchen, the other one. Um, and you try the door. It's locked. But as you kind of listen in a bit, yeah, that does seem to be someone maybe talking down in there somewhere.
Hmm. Hey, quick question. Is there like a space, yeah, a little space between like the floor and the actual door, that little gap?
There sure is. Yeah, I know what you're gonna do.
Okay, Drift is going to just sort of reach down until their shadow is, uh, casting itself against and slightly beneath the door. And they will go ahead and cast Misty Step
Oh shit.
to get to the other side.
Cool.
At which point they will turn around and unlock the door for Eerie.
Yeah. Um, are you being stealthy about this?
Oh, absolutely. I'm gonna go
Cool.
ahead and roll stealth real quick.
All right. And I can't read. Okay, so
Actually, quick question. What's the lighting like on the other side?
um, it's not dark, but it's noticeably dimmer. There's got like you've got like one or two kind of light bulbs lining the place, but there's plenty of dim and dark spots here.
Okay, so would you classify it as dim lighting then,
I
partially?
would classify it as dim. Yeah.
All right,
Ah, fuck. I
25.
can't believe you done this. I mean, I'll roll anyway, but it's actually I won't roll anyway. Because I was gonna roll perception, but I don't think I don't think it would meet either of those. So, uh, yeah, you're very discreet about this. It's probably very helpful that there's nobody else here, and it isn't actually too creaky of a door, and the lock's relatively simple to unlock. So you are you are extremely quiet, and even Eerie is too. Yeah, the steps are cold and kind of hewn from rock, uh, which anyone wearing normal shoes would make sound, but you are like a shadow, or quite literally one. You can kind of just meander down.
Actually,
Uh,
I think Drift will like tell Eerie to, stay by the door, listen out
oh,
for anyone coming. So they'll head down on their own.
um, as you do so, you see rather large racks that hold giant, well, not giant, just rather big oaken barrels. Yes, this seems to be some kind of maybe a wine cellar, but you're not quite sure. It's probably some kind of drink sitting in here. Um, and as you reach the bottom of the steps, uh, you can now kind of hear whoever's talking, but it seems to be again more muttering. Um, it sounds as if someone is either speaking under their breath or maybe talking to themselves. Um,
Hmm. Well, okay. I guess here is what happens then. Drift, um, well, realizing that it looks like they'll have to get a closer if they want to hear what's going on. Will just sort of um melt into the shadows as they cast invisibility.
oh shit! Okay, cool. Um, nice. You are now invisible. Um, uh, as you walk closer towards the source of the voice, you're kind of walking past the different rows of barrels. Nothing seems to be amiss. Um, you can tell that there is a bit of an alcoholic smell in the air, probably from the barrels. It's probably not wine, you realize. Mm, maybe some kind of brandy or whiskey. Um, but that's not your focus right now. You you kind of head to the edge of where you hear the voice. Uh, there do seem to be one or two kind of lanterns lit over here, so it's a little bit brighter, but you are invisible, so you could even
Mhm.
step out into it if you'd like. Um, uh, and you slightly turn the corner, um, and there seems to be like a writing desk. It's a rather large desk. There's also shelving behind you, different drawers uh, to the right of you. But you can see on the walls there are papers plastered, writing scribbled on there. And there is someone sitting at the desk. You recognize this person. It's Pappy. And he seems to be muttering on about something as he's rifling through papers, jotting stuff down, etc.
Hmm. All right. Drift will get closer. First, to see what all this writing is. Like, what is all this paper about? And second, to try and hear what Pappy is muttering about.
Um, so as you walk closer to actually hear Pappy, um, you notice that on the walls there seem to be a lot of newspaper clippings. Um, they seem to be of different kind of incidences, not just localized to Toontown, but other places. Um, and there seem to be one or two circled sections. Uh, it seems to be. It seems like he's trying to narrow in on something. Uh, there. I mean, I hate to actually pull out red string, but you notice that one or two are like either circled or plastered next to each other, maybe with some question marks, like maybe this is connected. Um,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and as you get closer, uh, you're almost literally right next to him now. But you hear that he's talking more like stream of consciousness, like let me think. All right, so if that's the case here, then this incident would be connected to that, and then nah, but if that were, then that timeline isn't gonna. And he's trying to piece together something.
Hmm. Okay. Wait. Did you say what these newspaper clippings were about specifically?
Ah, they seem to be incidences either of um, missing, uh, either missing items, uh, stolen goods, uh, anything that's relatively recent, either around warehouses, storerooms, etc. Um, yeah.
Hmm. Interesting. Okay, I think Drift will like take all of this in, and can I like roll a intelligence or something to see if they can comprehend this web of things?
Yeah.
They don't. That's a nat one.
Oh my God. You just look, you look at Pappy and go, what in the hell is he doing? I
This
mean, to be
is
fair, his writing is not the best. So even if you were reading his notes, they kind of just look like chicken scratch.
Yeah, this is like they can understand the connection, between warehouses and that incident at the warehouse. But other than that, this is incomprehensible to them.
It's almost the ramblings of a madman. Almost. Um,
Yeah, and hmm.
I
Let
mean, you're
me
close enough. You could probably you actually take a good look at his face as he's contemplating things. Um, you know, he looks deep in thought, but it looks uh, almost looks a little frustrated, a little angry. Um, he also looks like he hasn't gotten, as much sleep as he should. Uh,
hmm. Let me roll something. Okay. Okay.
okay.
So, I think with that and the opportunity for a good bit of fun. Drift is first going to make sure that they are out of like immediate punching range if they startle him.
I knew it. I had a feeling. Uh-oh. What you gonna do?
And they're going to not dropping the invisibility just yet. Say, geez, you look horrible, old man.
Uh, you get like one or two words out, and Pappy like almost does that like toonish thing of someone just like jumping out of their freaking chair. Ah, oh, uh, uh, and his hat kind of knocks off. His glasses are slightly askew. Uh, uh, he stands up from where he had toppled over. Who's there? Who is it?
I mean, isn't staying up this late like bad for your health? Drift says, now in a different location. They are probably like closer to the desk. It sounds like they're closer to the desk
Yeah, he
now.
kind of scrambles back for a moment. What? I who 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 goes there? Is it a no? No, there's not a there's not a ghost in here. And he kind of picks up his cane. All right, who is it? I don't have time for games.
What? Not even gonna try and guess?
Also in another location.
Yep.
He turns to wherever the direction the voice is. Uh, Here, let me roll. I guess just a straight intelligence. Oh, okay. Um, because I mean he is a little out of it here. Oh, nah, okay. I think he's got his bearings. And at first he looks a little at the startledness is now kind of wearing off a bit, and now he's like, oh, oh, it's drift.
The invisibility melts off, and you have drift right in front of you. Ding, ding,
How did you get in
ding!
here?
Got it in one.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Oh, ding, ding, ding! Got it in one. Also, I mean, I could tell you, but that's not as fun now, is it?
Yeah, you sure seem to be having a lot of fun. Now, please leave.
Oh, come on! Not even gonna tell me what this whole thing is.
It's not any of your business.
Well, I don't know. It seems like this whole situation isn't really your business either, if you think about it.
No,
Drift
it
says
became
now
my
closer.
business.
Hmm. How exactly? Explain that to me then, will ya?
Explain what?
I guess just how it became your business. Why you're so obsessed with it. I guess that your troop members are starting to think you're acting like a bit of a jerk.
Ugh. Hey, hold on. Let's see. I've got to roll some. Oh, 23. He takes a sharp breath in, but he holds himself back from saying anything particularly, you know. Uh,
Hey, come on. You can say stuff to Drift. They don't mind.
I know they don't mind. I know they don't mind. Uh, but he takes a sharp breath in, holds back, and goes, I'm I just have a job to do, and I would appreciate if you left me to it and maybe go on to bed.
A job, huh? And who gave you that?
The person responsible for taking that child.
Hmm.
Because of that, I feel I must find them. We don't know where they went. I'm going to figure it out.
Hmm. If you don't mind me asking, why exactly?
Because we're the ones who let them get away. So it should be our responsibility. Or, well, it's not like you care anyway. It's just another hunt for you that I'm doing. It's my responsibility now.
Hmm.
He goes and
And
sits back in his chair. He's not that into continuing a conversation, but of course, knowing Drift.
yeah, and how exactly has this search of yours been going then?
He kind of slowly turns his head over to look at you. Do you actually care? Or are you just pulling my leg? Because if you're pulling my leg, you can just go right back up on stairs and go to bed.
Oh, come on. My heart's not entirely frozen. Maybe I do care a little.
Oh, yeah? Prove it.
What, do you want me to literally rip out my heart and show you?
Uh, his face kind of just like, it actually shows a little bit of concern, a little grimace. He goes, no, I don't think that's necessary. I'm not,
Because I can do that. It's a really fun party trick.
I wouldn't call that a good party trick. uh, I don't think that's necessary. I mean, I don't. um, he shakes his head a bit.
Well, all right.
Never,
Your loss.
never mind. Just leave me to this.
Aw, come on, Pappy. Can't you indulge my curiosity?
I think I had enough of indulging your curiosity back at the warehouse.
Oh, that didn't count. I never even asked you many questions.
He doesn't respond. He has now picked up his pen and he's attempting to get back to what he was doing.
Unfortunately, Drift is now like sitting crisscross applesauce along the edge of his desk. They do not seem to be in the mood to move just yet. Like they're not in the way of his work. They're just um vibing there for now. Though I guess I will admit that all that stuff at the warehouse has had me thinking a little. It's a
Oh,
weird
has it?
situation. Well, yeah, of course. Poor kid, kidnapped or something. Like that at least.
He just takes a deep breath in but doesn't say anything.
Okay, Drift, how are you going to handle being ignored?
uh,
How
then
many?
ignore.
Okay, okay, they're not going to cause too many. They're not going to really cause a problem just yet.
Just yet.
Just yet.
Maybe just kind of stare at him as he's scribbling stuff down.
Yeah. I think in the silence that follows, they will like take another look at this menagerie of evidence and paper before them. Uh, and take a closer, more thorough look now that it seems like they don't have to like stay super stealthy now.
Yeah, no, Pappy's just ignoring you, but otherwise isn't kind of like pushing you out. He's, I guess, inside, he's kind of half hoping that you'll just get bored and leave. But yeah, you notice that he's working on I guess, some kind of timeline, like a chronological series of events here, um, trying to see if certain things are associated with whoever this person was that took the kid. Um, and and in fact, you know that that's the case because from your vantage point, you can see on the wall closest to the desk, you have one or two pictures of this individual. Admittedly, they're a little blurry, but you guess other people have seen uh, this this person once or twice, probably. Um,
Hmm. All right. I think. Oh, hold on.
I'm gonna call out JJ in the audience. Hey, what's up? How you feeling? Oh, shout out to Jay listening. Uh, we appreciate and also Pat.
Sorry about that. I have been given a donut.
Yes, donut. Oh my gosh, that sounds good, man. Donuts. Woo. Now I can
Really?
imagine Drift just pulling out a donut, just eating it.
Yeah, they pulled out probably like a snack or something to occupy themselves as they look over all this stuff. A CD.
what
Well, I mean, what kind of stuff? What kind of thing
what
did
kind
they
of
pull
snack?
out?
I was about to say, what kind of snack? I feel like this is very important. And I'm not kidding. Oh,
Let me check.
oh no. A fumble. But I'm also looking. Fumble. Oh wait, is that
Uh,
a fumble? If you were rolling hammer space, that would have been a 10, yeah?
I'm rolling to see what they pulled out from their hammer space,
Oh. Huh? Okay.
and they pull out. Let's see. They pull out a little handful of uh, bullets, for a regular old handgun, and they just start eating them like nuts.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Listen, I have no problem with Drift just straight up eating bullets, but I feel so bad for Pappy only because you start munching and crunching on these freaking bullets, and you can tell with every crunch, every kind of metal, you know. Uh, Pappy just gets more and more tense and slightly irritated.
Drift seeing this eventually, like once they're, I don't know, halfway through their handful, go, I'll stop if you tell me.
For Pete's sakes, I'm not going to tell you. Just, just please let me work, and that's it. I don't mind you sitting here. I don't mind you eating, but just let me do what I need to do.
Oh, come on. Why can't I know a little?
Because you showed previously and with your dialogue now that you don't care. You don't care what happened to the kid. You don't care what happens next. You don't care about finishing this up. Okay? So just leave me alone.
Well, I mean, you're making an awful lot of assumptions about my character, old man.
Yeah, well, you made a lot of assumptions about us, too. Eye for an eye. Something or other.
Hey, fair enough. But if. Hmm, actually. But, I mean, if you don't really care much about what I think, uh, maybe you should care a little bit more about your troupe. I had a little chat with one of them earlier.
Oh, have you? Now you got to get into my business, into all of our business. Hmm?
Hey, it's what I'm good at.
What you're good at, yeah, getting your nose into other people's businesses and you don't belong there.
But yeah, seriously, you should. I suggest you talk to them or something. They, like, for one thing, they think that you're being a bit of a dick. They think they're worried about you. They think you're
Oh, do they
obsessed with
now?
this.
It's not like it's any surprise. I know that they don't like me anymore. It's fine. They can hate me all they want.
Okay, is this like a thing that they told you or a thing that you're just assuming again?
All right, I'm only going to say this one more time. Head upstairs and go to bed, and that's it. All right? This isn't any of your business. I don't mind you prancing around, doing whatever it is you want to do, but keep yourself out of what we're doing. All right? Jay, exactly. Posting the Pepe Sylvie one.
um, I think like that, like this Pappy's words like hang in the air for a good few moments, and it seems like he's finally getting some peace and quiet
Uh
until
huh.
um Drift says, maybe you should like care a bit more about your troop than some weird kid whose name you don't even know.
Oh my God. Hold on. I got to think of a response to that.
Drift knows what they're doing. They love causing shit.
Yeah, I know they do, and it's great. I love it. Pappy doesn't. And also, yes, Drift does have a point.
Like, come on, bro. I thought you learned this lesson.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? uh, but damn. God, what is he gonna say to that? God, what is he gonna say? Like, because I've thought of stuff that he has said in response, but now my brain's like, uh-oh.
What do you
Oh,
have to say
oh,
to that
okay.
old man? Oh,
Okay. All right. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. 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 All right. Um, would you like to make an athletics or acrobatics check?
boy, would I? All right, athletics and acrobatics. Sure, I can do that. Ooh,
Oh shit.
21. I think Drip is probably like prepared for something to go down.
uh, because immediately he springs up for his chair, from his chair, and swings his arm around to, I guess, maybe grab you like by the scruff. You just kind of like, I don't know what you do. Um,
They probably just um they probably like duck and just roll off the desk to land on their feet, ready to run if need be. Or well, avoid. I don't think they're quite smart enough to flee.
yeah. Uh oh. Uh oh. Uh oh. Um,
Uh-oh.
so so obviously he misses, but as he turns around, um, uh, um, you can't see his eyes anymore. They kind of got like that, kind of this, like the glare of the lenses kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he picks up his cane and he takes a very uh, he takes one or two steps towards you and takes the cane in both of his hands. What you gonna do?
Well, okay. They let me see something real quick. Yeah, okay. So you know what? Yeah, they're pretty confident in their abilities to get out of this without lasting damage or anything. So they, take a few cautious steps back, um but there's a bit of a grin on their face. Uh, Ooh, struck a nerve, huh? I mean, I'm right, aren't I?
You're right. You're right. You're always right, aren't you? Just get out of here. I don't want to hear anything else from you, Lillian. And then he stops.
Lilligan.
He takes a breath. Uh, just look. I'm sorry. Just I'll try to talk with them. I'll try to. And he puts his hand to his head. I I I might just need a minute. I'm sorry.
Hey, hey, I understand. But, you know, uh, make sure you follow through on that. Those folks out there, I'm pretty sure they care a lot about you. But
Uh,
you're not making it easy from the sounds of it.
I hope they still care. Yeah. He just kind of turns back around, goes over, picks up the cherries toppled, puts the cane down.
I think by this point, like Eerie has probably is probably like poking her head around the corner. Uh, like a few whines. Like she heard the commotion, and I think Drift, seeing Eerie, will go. Well, that's probably enough excitement for me for one night. You had good. You have fun with your investigation. Good luck with it, and with the conversation you definitely need to have with your family.
He
And
pauses uh, as he had made a motion to sit down, but he stops. He straightens back out. A family, huh?
yeah, sure, close enough. And Drift will, uh, yeah, they'll turn to leave. That's enough for one night.
And with a small sigh, he actually takes a little step to the side and actually turns down and off the lantern that's there. Um, is there anything else that you were thinking of? Because we could just end it with the dark screen there.
I think we ended off with a dark screen.
All right, that was fun.
This has been 12 FPS, Better Spirits. Thanks for listening.
yeah, have a good night.
Have a good time zone.